now the same lame player. They call a player mayor. What you talking that monkey. Get about my face. Wearing that monkey. Not that. That might give you life advice. Get some money. 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 It's the paper power pastor, burning rubber faster. Down a call NASCAR. My solo, no sir, I am not a passer. I will not after any of you fever blistered. I'm the man now, ain't I? Work a plan now, can't I? I remember when you lame player, hated a player, now the same lame player. They call a player mayor. What you talking that monkey. Get about my face, wearing that monkey. Not that. That might give you life advice. Get some money. 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 Get some money.
From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And we are underway from the Superdome. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They start on the ground here at Sanders. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
4 yards the pickup, first down. These two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Young off the play fake. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to keep this again. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Young. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. It's Young off play action. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Chark with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The Carolina ready to go, and they kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
On 2nd and 10, Winston. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Leonard Floyd. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Jeremy Chin there defensively. The Saints at 4-12 now on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. Complete. Smith has it. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Showed some flash on the run, but he will be brought down shy of his 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Young to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the draw, here's Sanders. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now Young. Left side here to Sanders. Touchdown! Miles Sanders with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Jameis to throw it. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Winston to Thomas, and it's a New Orleans 1st down.
To the air again with Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. This one caught by Isabella.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Young.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
Young's throw here taken in by Isabella. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. To the air once more, Young.
There's Chark with a great grab. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
It's Young on 1st down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Chark as the 1st half is winding down.
And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0.
So not the kicks away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Going up top. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. 36 yards on the play.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Winston. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Fabian Moreau, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Pinheiro's 35-0 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Winston. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and long for Winston. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Young. And Sharp hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing. Young. Going for the deep ball.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
2nd and 7. Smith, the man in motion left. From the 39, Winston. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Winston now to throw on first down. This is Smith with a grab. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game, and he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the 17, Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
He is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Kamara trying again. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
They run. It's Williams. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Williams stopped up short of the goal line on 4th down. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
Yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover, put your defense in a bad spot.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop it behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Fourth down, Winston. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Panthers will get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. And Young's throw there incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.